Yes?
If the Alliance is really behind all this, they might expect visitors. We should try to find out if they're planning anything for your arrival. First, observe them from a distance, and only then take action.
I will be cautious, like always. You must understand that I have no other choice. I'm not going to the enemy's camp on a mere whim.
I know, Doctor, I know. I'll let you know when you cross their perimeter. Once you've crossed, hide the rover. Behind a bend, or under a ledge. Telemetry observation will be vital. Once we know the camp's weaponry situation, we'll decide what to do next.
Copy that. What was that?
I've set up a warning signal. Now you're near enough that they can see the rover.
Okay, the rover's hidden.
You've yet to find a convenient hideout for yourself, from where you can see their base.
Some object is flying over their base.
Can you tell me more?
It's 15, 20 meters high. It has an upright silhouette, and it looks like a balloon.
It could be a balloon.
And that doesn't surprise you?
Not everything that flies needs jet engines. What markings does it have?
RB1. What does it mean?
It's an ID number. Denotes an advanced scout balloon. How far from you is it?
Around 400.
Not as far as I would like it to be. It might have you within camera range.
Oh, shit. I think I'm too far away. It's a field base. Multi-module. For about several dozen people. Rather well equipped. There's lots of transporters here.
I'm not surprised. Missions with a large crew, transport modules were an integral part of the field camp.
Remind me, how many crew members were they supposed to send on the Invincible?
Over 100.
Great. They have a second antimat. As if the first one wasn't enough.
Is it active?
Probably not, but Proton alone knows.
What about people? Can you see anyone?
Not yet. Maybe they're hiding in modules.
Most of them for sure, but I'd be surprised if they didn't assign anyone to guard duty.
I see someone.
Just one?
For now, yes.
Is that all?
I think so.
Then please keep going. We can assume that their equipment has already detected your presence. Or it will soon enough. There's no point in further postponing the inevitable.
Still, I'm glad that I stopped. I feel better knowing that there's no heavily armed military waiting for me there.
Me too, Doctor. Me too.
Well, fuck them.
We'll most likely lose contact soon. So let me be clear. It won't be easy to gain their trust. Things can go wrong, even if you can prove that you came to them of your own free will. If there's an escalation, remember one thing. I'll do everything in my power to negotiate your safe return to the Commonwealth. Worst case scenario, we'll opt for a prisoner exchange. Until then, please cooperate with them. And during the interrogation, don't resist. Astrobiologists generally do not possess information that's sensitive to the Commonwealth. At worst, you'll give away the details of our last mission. Of course, it'd be better if that didn't happen. But I know their methods of interrogation, and in all fairness, they're very effective.
Hang on, sir. What exchange? I'm not a spy, I'm a scientist.
I'm afraid that doesn't change anything. You want information about Regis 3. For that reason alone, they might consider you a spy.
But what kind of spy exposes themselves to direct questions?
A desperate one, Doctor.
If that's all, sir, shouldn't we cut the line?
No. Better to continue.
How odd.
What?
There's no one here. Nobody.
Impossible.
I'm going. What have I got to lose anyway?
Your life, Doctor.
I'm going in. Clear. For now. I'm at the central module. In the headquarters.
You walked in, just like that.
Yeah? The doors were open.
Unbelievable. Just unbelievable.
I have a record of their mission. Each step, location, units, including dates.
I'm all ears.
Day 0, landing place. Their main ship's in sector AQ-28.
The Invincible? What? They didn't move it?
Huh, seems so.
I'll try to track it down. Please tell me what else is in there.
I'm entering the next module. I guess it's a biolab. They had the opportunity to study organisms preserved in the ocean. Wow. They found the same species of fish.
Did they confirm the similarity to those on Earth?
Yes. Lots of similarities. Apart from one. I've never seen anything like this. They discovered a new organ. Even managed to run some tests already. According to their conclusions,
Yes?
it detects electromagnetic waves. That's why those fish were swimming away from our probe.
In other words, they've come across probes or something similar before. Something that threatened them.
Good guesser. In order to develop such an organ, they must have had a strong external stimulus. They detect the waves to survive. It started rotting.
It?
The fish.
in a bacteria-free environment. How so?
All living organisms serve as breeding grounds for bacteria. And there were both fish and humans in here. No longer alive. Still, nothing. It looks like a geology lab. The range of their ground measurements covers a much wider area. To my eye, it seems they use advanced sonar. What they dug up here stretches for tens of kilometers.
What do you mean? What's in the ground, Doctor?
Metal deposits. Those structures, we still don't know where they came from. In such a peculiar form. They conducted a soil survey 500 meters deep.
Oh, that's a big piece of history, so to speak. What did they find?
Unbelievable. Not only do we know nothing about their origin, but the arrangement of these deposits is sort of puzzling. A ring system with a distinct center. Millions of years ago, life was abundant on the planet.
That would match our assumptions.
Yeah. Subdelta 92 class planets have very favorable conditions for the development of a biosphere.
So what happened? Did they draw any conclusions?
According to them, the extinction of life was caused by a supernova explosion.
The ground activity does not indicate...
It happened long ago. Longer than we anticipated. They've dated this event to 10 million years ago.
Only this one? The supposed end of Lyran's civilization?
Well, that's never been proven. There was practically no trace of them.
All right. What happened after?
The center of it is in... under the city. The one I escaped from. This base stands on the outer ring. Life was slowly recovering, but never returned to the pre-supernova peak.
Not enough time?
No. At first, it developed quickly, but then slowed down and declined.
Because another disaster? Did they determine the entity's function? Origin? Anything?
Well, it's hard to say. There's nothing here about it. Astrogator, the change in the biosphere development curve coincides with the occurrence of ferruginous clays.
This whole metal contraption, do I understand correctly?
Yes. I don't know what that has to do with it, though. Metals are really not that dangerous. The radioactive deposits marked here are not a definitive obstacle for life either. The biosphere has the ability to perfectly adapt, develop defense mechanisms, and fight back effectively.
Well, unless the planet is hit by a supernova wave.
Yes. Such sudden events leave no time for adaptation. Even if we assume that these metals were lethal to organic life, that extinction shouldn't last forever. And yet, life never again developed beyond the waters.
Does this mean another Dominator has appeared on the land? Or one that leaves no trace behind?
Therein lies the rub. The Alliance have conducted a great deal of research. That they haven't found a logical explanation for this phenomenon is, to put it mildly, disturbing. Clearly, we're dealing with something beyond our comprehension. And I mean human comprehension in general. Empty. Everywhere, just empty.
It's baffling. Who abandons an entire base?
Maybe they went back to the Invincible. If something in this base or near it was a critical threat to them.
Have you seen any signs of a struggle? Damaged equipment?
No, not at all. The equipment looks like it was used quite recently. The silhouette I saw.
Yes?
It's just a robot. I have a feeling we're in the dark. We have to find a way.
Agreed. You should move on.
That's not quite what I meant. But yeah, I probably should. When you admire a beautiful view, an hour seems like a minute. But a minute on a hot stove will seem longer than an hour.
Does Regis 3 feel like a hot stove?
Sometimes. I heard that the difference between past, present, and future is nothing but a persistent illusion.
That's a quote, right?
Yeah. I'm not sure why it came to mind. What now? I should move. Oh, there's no time. I'm still here, if you're wondering, sir. It all just takes longer than expected.
I know the situation. No need to explain yourself, Doctor. We're in this together. Status?
Nothing's changed, Astrogator.
Understood. Status? What's new?
Well, nothing really. At least not in the last 5 seconds, sir.
Right. Thank you. Jasna? Everything's all right?
Yes, yes. I just need a moment to think.
As soon as you find something...
I'll report it. No worries, sir. The scientists excavated some animal remains and reconstructed their hypothetical appearance. Judging by the size, these must be fossils from the deepest layers, from before the supernova explosion. I could spend all day here if I could.
I'm not surprised, Doctor.
There's one more floor.
Not so fast, Jasna. Please check the ground level first. Only then...
They've got a device for intercepting alarm signals. There isn't much of it. Single record. Poor guy. He's dead. Waited help for over a day. Critically low blood saturation. He died of hypoxia. At the time of his death, he was...
Jasna, is it necessary? This information will no longer help
near
anyone.
the city. 18561.
754. Yes. It's Gorski. I'm sorry.
You lied to me. You lied how he died.
I knew you would blame yourself.
Well, of course I do. I could have saved him. Left him that fucking tank. Why didn't you let me?
I made the right decision, Jasna. Given the circumstances and our knowledge at the time, there was a high risk your sacrifice would kill you both.
Fuck. We let him die.
No, Jasna. As I said, I made the call, not you.
It would be easier to think so, but I can't. One more thing. I realize we still need to work together. Like Corsair became interested. Before setting up this base, they were stationed not far from here, but seemed very determined to reach this area. They dug a vast system of tunnels. They conducted research and during excavations found... you won't guess. Metal structures.
So we had no chance to outrun them.
Yeah. And they were already at an advanced stage of works when we were still in orbit. In the end, they sent a convoy to a neighboring sector.
So, that was their last move?
Well, there's no information about their return. Maybe I'll find them there.
Highly probable. Do you know what the current day of their mission is?
They left on the 25th day. That's all I know. Well, I can't back out now. I have to follow them.
Well, it's your decision. Although I admit I'm also starting to wonder what you'll find.
People, Astrogator. They must be somewhere.
I'm sending a satellite. Soon I'll have an image of the area where the ship landed. We'll see if the Invincible's still there.
I'll continue to search their base. On the 24th day, they sent a convoy north to the sector. Oh, to the sector where I found Gorski.
You suspect they went after him, having detected his signal?
Oh, surely they could detect him. They could have detected all of us. But would they really do something about it?
Well, for some reason they left their base. I'm assuming that has something to do with it.
Or if they had something to hide, that might explain their urgency, ditching all that equipment. Force field's down. I opened the passage. We can follow the convoy route now.
When you're ready, Doctor. One more minute, and our satellite will be over their ship. So their presence there had nothing to do with us.
Looks like it.
Oh, we're lucky. Clouds are low. Fortunately, their ship's not here. Neither there or...
Are you still looking?
Not here either. Ah, bingo.
Yes?
Found it. They're still on the planet. Didn't fly away.
Good to know. Thank you. I'm leaving the base. Going after the convoy. Down you go, oh bright sun. Time to let the night in. For my legs are heavy, and field is not inviting. Legs become too heavy. Hands become too weary. Down you go, oh bright sun. Night is not that scary. Hide behind the dark woods while we're running barefoot. This mission drags on so much. Sometimes I think you're gonna take off without me, sir.
Don't count on it, Doctor. I'm not going anywhere.
Well, I've got to the place where they were digging. It's hard to miss. They set up a huge machine at the center. It must weigh hundreds of... no, thousands of tons. The ship that brought all of this must be...
Gigantic, yes. The Invincible surpasses any of our units, even the largest orbital stations. In my opinion, it's a bit excessive.
Oh, well, for me, it's quite impressive.
That was exactly their goal, to impress. Such giants aren't very practical, though. I would even say that the larger the ship, the bigger the problems.
Two modules were placed nearby. The first one looks residential. My legs feel really heavy.
Give yourself a moment to rest, Doctor. You certainly deserve it. How far to that convoy?
Not far. Even if I make a few stops, it won't take long. The second one is a mobile laboratory. They excavated a lot of different objects, in terms of shape and size. I tried to arrange them somehow, to classify them.
Were they successful?
It looks promising. If they had spent a little more time, they would surely have come up with something.
And yet they gave up all efforts.
There's also a couple of smaller cranes here. In comparison to the Colossus, they look like it's pups.
Yes, I got it. They have big machines. Bigger than ours.
Interesting. They found a sizable object deep underground. Stands out from the rest. It's not a part of the structures, but rather an independent, autonomous machine.
Also metal?
Yes.
So, a robot? Or something else that finally looks familiar?
Well, it looks a lot more like a robot than the other structures. The excavator has a massive work area. They had photos of the site in the database, taken before they started digging. It's unrecognizable. Inside, there's a structure. Yes, a metal one. Similar to the ones on the surface. But these are completely hidden underground. One step at a time, Yasna. One step at a time. Yasna, focus. What now? I should move. Oh, there's no time. I'm still here, if you're wondering, sir. It all just takes longer than expected.
I know the situation. No need to explain yourself, Doctor. We're in this together. Status?
Nothing's changed, Astrogator.
Understood.
Astrogator, I've already covered most of the convoy route. I'm entering a more enclosed area. A ravine, to be precise.
I see. Can I count on a tactical report?
Of course. A simple analysis of the situation won't hurt anyone.
That's for sure.
The road ahead leads straight to where the convoy was heading.
Well then, what are you waiting for? Any doubts?
No, I don't. I still think we have to go there. If they're not in the base, they must be somewhere, damn it.
So, what's on your mind?
I can just drive in there, straight to the convoy. Or try and take a side path to remain unnoticed until the very last moment.
Bold assumption. Could be an unnecessary detour. I leave that to your judgment, though. It's your call, Yasna.
All right. I'll try to get there via the side path. I'm nearing the destination. From now on, I'll be on foot.
Good. It's better to approach with caution.
Actually, I don't have a choice. The road is blocked. Seems like a sidewalk. The radiation level is rising rapidly.
Yasna, be careful. Of radiation.
One of their vehicles got stuck in the rubble.
Oh? So you've already reached the convoy?
It's only this vehicle so far. I'm looking for the rest. And there's another mobile antimatter cannon.
Another one? How many of those did we... Is it active?
Dead, fortunately.
I admire your composure.
Well, I've had my fair share of anxiety lately. No wonder my brain's in defense mode now. Dissociation is something we all do. Hang on, someone's here. Oh no. Astrogator. They're dead.
So you found someone.
I didn't let that thought get to me. Didn't want to. Finding them was my priority. It could have been just another abandoned place, not this.
What exactly happened to them?
Well, that's a good question. I'm not even sure what they were doing here. Okay. I'm getting into the antimat's recorder. Departure. The convoy's heading somewhere. They're getting close to where I am now. They're here, sending a probe. Oh, they're tunneling their way through with a beam of antimatter.
Subtle. Can you locate the breach?
Looks like they found whatever they were looking for in that ominous tunnel. Of course. Shame. But those containers ended up in one of the transporters. I wonder if it's still nearby. Something's going on. Next slide. People rushing out of the tunnel. Running from whatever's in there.
But are we still considering whether you should go inside?
One of the antimats has fired straight into the tunnel.
And? What happened next?
There's nothing else. Only darkness.
Can't you see what he was aiming for?
The machine's objective has changed. There's a bunch of unidentified targets. It has trouble recognizing any of the 9,999 objects. The counter reached its limit, I guess.
Sounds like a major fault in the circuitry. Combine that with tremendous firepower and it means big trouble.
Total panic. Everyone's trying to escape. There's also a second antimat. It's shooting into the air.
Unbelievable.
Astrogator. The antimat's new objective is to eliminate, instead of protecting.
What happens next?
The second antimat. That's what destroyed it. People are frozen with fear. They don't know what to do. It's firing directly at the crew. Shooting them, one by one. It's horrifying what an antimatter beam does to the human body.
I'm sorry you have to see this, Yasna. Regis 3 doesn't spare you.
Who needs such destructive power? This technology puts us on a straight path to annihilation.
Well, the Alliance will do anything to feel invincible, hence their flagship.
It's not only them, Astrogator. If I remember correctly, we're not engaged in open conflict. And yet, we too participate in this ridiculous arms race. To the death and beyond. Someone hid behind a rock.
How do you know?
This antimat has thermal imagery. Hiding from it made no difference. One man has raised his hands in surrender. If only a machine could take pity on him.
With a proper programming, it could recognize such gestures, but it could never feel compassion. No.
It killed him. The machine just killed him. Oh, fuck.
Yasna?
The last photo is from a few moments ago. I'm on it.
Bloody hell, so it's not dead after all. The machine that massacred the Alliance is still operational, and it could target you at any moment.
Let's hope not.
Perhaps it's best to hope. While moving away. If that's all...
What about that tunnel?
Right.
So? I'll go check it out.
I know you will, Yasna. Proceed.
I can hear a rhythmic, metallic sound coming from beyond the tunnel.
Something's still active. Take your time, Yasna.
I can't hear. I don't understand you, sir. The audio's breaking up.
It's not unexpected. You are in the right room.
I'll get back to you once I reach the end.
Understood.
It's an Arctan. Coming at me. I got out. Well, inside a cave.
Yasna, can you hear me? Over.
Copy that. I don't feel too... My head feels like it's bursting from pressure.
Breathe, Yasna. You need to rest.
No. No. I'm better now.
All right. Can you tell me what's in there?
Seems like this robot started a task and then got stuck in a loop.
What task?
Carrying boxes. It took one but never left.
Why do you think it's stuck?
Well, it goes in circles, using the same path. This place is full of metal bushes.
Same as the ones before.
Well, the lower parts of the bushes are, to put it, fruitless.
So the Alliance came to pick the fruits.
I'm pretty sure the box is filled with research material. Those fruits.
Could you retrieve them somehow?
It won't be easy to snatch a crate from its steel grip. I'll come closer first. I think their crew took some soil samples. There's this chipped rock, revealing what lies beneath the surface.
Which is more metal?
Yes, a metal interior. Roots are exposed as well. They're not embedded in any rock, but in a tissue-like alloy.
Little bushes growing out of metal soil.
Yeah, that's one way of putting it.
So all the bushes in this area, and there are plenty of them as I understand, appear to grow on the rock, but deep down their roots are embedded in metal. Perhaps you should take a closer look at them, Doctor. Can you please check them, yes, sir?
Do you have anything specific in mind?
Doctor, if it's all metal...
Then I'll use a detector. Right. I'm checking. Give me a sec.
Perfect.
Everything matches. There's metal all around. And the bushes have a direct connection with the whole system.
Interesting. Sounds similar...
To the structures I saw following Gorski. Yes. Huh. Or perhaps it's... looks like 2 generations. One, old, dead, a relic. Second, these bushes grew in the remains of the former generation.
Hang on. Are you saying that this new generation is alive? And the old one used to be alive?
We can't rule it out.
And you say that as a biologist? I haven't heard you mention cells, membranes, organs, or green bodies, which leads me to one conclusion. That thing is not alive, Doctor.
Well, we used to calling all life proteinaceous, especially ourselves. But that's on Earth. The universe doesn't give a damn about our classifications.
Yasna, are you abandoning your profession? All you have learned, discovered, researched so far?
I'm just opening up to the unknown. Shit! I can't handle it anymore. Disappeared.
You must have broken its loop.
I didn't.
No, you must have done something. Never mind. We'll try to locate it. But first of all, get out of there now.
I found the robot. It hasn't gone far.
Good. Please follow it.
Fuck, it's getting up.
What? The robot?
No, the antimat.
You need to act fast. Yasna, fast!
No, it will kill me if I...
Yasna? Are you alive?
Yes. It destroyed the robot.
What's it doing now?
Oh no. Take care of our people, Novik. Do you hear? Find them the best medics.
Yasna, what do you...
Tell Kovalai. I tried.
No, don't die on me now. I'm begging you. Don't give up. You can't. You can't. I failed you. Sorry. So fucking sorry. It's all my fault. You hear me? All mine. It was my decision. I decided to accept this mission. I brought us here.
How did I survive? Wait. You said you had a choice.
Yasna, you're alive.
If you could reject it, why didn't you?
After a series of successful missions, are you safe now?
Safe enough.
And the antimat?
He decided not to shoot me after all. Please continue, sir. I'm all ears.
You will agree that we were doing very well. Outstanding results.
That's how it ought to end. well.
Yes, I fully agree, but then it seemed this could have been the crowning achievement of the entire expedition. Just imagine.
You could have at least asked us.
I did wrong. I know that now. I will never forgive myself for it. Neither do I expect you to.
Oh, to hell with it. I can't really blame you. After all, you're the commander. It's your job to make decisions like that. And live with the consequences.
Right. It means a lot to hear that from you, Yasna. Thank you. So, if I may, I would suggest watching your next steps.
There were no more anti-mats on the slides, sir.
I'm afraid that's not the only threat around, aren't you?
Of course I am. But I won't rest until I find out what happened to our people. How we can aid them. For now, you can forget about the research material. The only thing left of the Arctan is its feet. Huh. It's cooled down.
Considering all the factors, I would assume everyone in the convoy is dead. If there's anything more to learn, it's from the recording devices. The first anti-map told us a lot. The second one is destroyed. You spoke about the probe. Should be a valuable source of information. And the rovers. Are they on the convoy list?
Actually, it's right in front of me. I've located one of the transporters, sir. Please don't celebrate yet, though. Something strange has happened to it.
Get to the point, please. What's wrong with it?
The outer shell is damaged. There are holes everywhere.
Like, from bullets?
No. It looks like it's been corroded by strong acid. The door's blocked.
Is there a keyhole in it?
Affirmative. It has extra security.
Did you get the key from the rover?
No. Why?
It will have the same access level, which means it will fit.
How do you know that, sir?
Spying on our rivals' technology proves to be quite useful. On some occasions.
Huh. Well, right now I can't argue with that. Why even bother with security measures when they just leave keys in locks anyway?
Extremely unreasonable of them.
So, let's hear it.
Remember to take it so you can unlock the cargo bay.
Yep, I've already taken it.
Hello, base. This is Antka. Hello, Antka. Tesla here. I can hear you. Reporting. 25th day of the mission, 7:15 a.m. We arrived.
I saw it on the
We
slides.
encountered a terrain obstacle, but it has been removed.
You can skip ahead if you would.
We've established permanent access to the extraction site, separated the material for research. Now we're securing the first transport. Dr. Boza and Osterhaus have already begun their preliminary research here on site.
Gotcha. I'm passing it on. Let us know if there are any updates.
Of course. Over and out.
There's more.
Base, come in. Dr. Boza wants to talk with you.
Tesla here. Over.
We have a sort of discovery.
Oh? I'm listening.
25th day.
Base, this is Boza.
Doctor.
These tiny crystals contain highly advanced technology. Individually, they are slender and helpless. However, when in a group, they seem to stimulate and support each other, revealing new properties. At first, they started to emit an electromagnetic field.
Okay. And then?
A handful of small crystals gathered together. When in a larger group, they activated and... this is our biggest revelation so far. They started floating in the air.
Did I hear that right?
The larger the group, the easier, more freely.
Yes. Apparently it's flying.
Like a swarm of mechanical flies.
Slow down, Doctor. You say crystals, or rather flies. Which one is it?
Call it whatever you want. These creatures have a precise threefold symmetry, resembling the letter Y, with three-pointed arms connecting in a central bulge. Black as coal in direct light, shimmering with shades of blue and olive in reflected light. As my colleague Osterhaus mentioned, they somewhat resemble the abdomens of certain terrestrial insects. Is Markovnik there?
The navigator's unavailable right now.
Well, please let him know we'll submit our reports as soon as he's available. Oh, and have him send us another transporter, will you?
Autonomous robots the size of flies.
It's not finished. Let's keep listening.
Hello, convoy. Anka, come in. Are you there?
Yes, I'm here. We're finishing loading. Preparing to depart.
Don't!
Gets tense.
Leave the material behind and return to the base.
But why? What happened?
Scouts came back from this whole city.
Tesla? What's going on? Hello? Tesla, come in. Navigator speaking. Don't take anything. Just get out of there. Immediately. That's an order.
Last saved recording.
Amazing. Microbots grouping and flying together, similar to flies, capable of affecting other machines, even to the point that those affected become dangerous to humans.
The microbots, they must be dangerous as well. I don't know how, but not all people were killed by larger robots.
I think I figured it out, partially at least. The Alliance scientists were very clear that all of this had to do with an electromagnetic field, the field emitted by these flies. When people displayed disturbing symptoms, field measurements showed above average values. At first, I thought it was a sensoric malfunction, after all the machines were broken. It turns out that field damaged them. So, all the malfunctions occurred afterward.
Please continue.
I have nothing more. I was counting on your assessment now.
What can I say? We know that prolonged exposure to electromagnetic fields may have negative effects on human health. We're talking weeks, maybe months.
Those values were extreme. Please take that into account.
In such cases, we should talk about severe brain dysfunctions.
How severe?
The vital organs stop working.
So, death with no apparent cause of death?
Oh, goodness. That's right.
This could explain what happened to our dear Merritt. And to the convoy's crew. Well, some of them, at least.
Damn. It could also explain Koval and Krauter's stupor.
How?
Another known effect of the EM field is memory loss. In extreme cases, complete erasure of memories. Irreversible. The human organism continues to function normally. But the human being, such is helpless, vulnerable. Like a baby, they don't understand the world around them.
Can such a person learn the world anew?
I can't be sure. There's no precedence. Even if there is room for development, learning everything all over, they won't remember anything. Even language, their past, our voyages together. Let's face it, this new life of theirs will be far from normal. They'll be aged children, walking curiosities, oddities, lab rats. All that made them gone to hell. Bushes already protrude from the holes.
I don't get it. Those bushes again. Perhaps researching those flies will help us to better aid our people. We're theorizing for now. Be worth examining. Confirm at least.
Got it, Astrogator. I'll search for those containers of flies. We figured out that bushes can consume metal to build their own tissue. Maybe that's what's happened here.
Bushes ate the metal shell. Where did they come from in the first place?
I admit, it's quite puzzling. The door to the cargo bay has budged a little, but it won't open fully. It's too awkward to squeeze in. The whole vehicle is just stuffed with bushes.
But can you see past them?
Not quite yet. Now! I can see broken containers. No sign of the flies.
Just plenty of bushes.
You have some theories, sir?
Everything that comes to my mind seems absurd.
You go ahead, sir. As I see it, no idea is too absurd right now.
I haven't quite thought it through. Not yet. Maybe after I listen to your assessment.
Well, look, I think it might work like this. The bushes and flies have a symbiotic relationship. I even consider that the flies are part of the bushes. Just like the fruits. If the flies can fly, they behave more like insects, and the bushes like plants.
I see we're getting back to biological analogies. According to your profession, do I correctly conclude that you are confident that this can be a life form?
Given the age of the oldest forms and the evidence of continued activity, differentiation, a particular drive towards miniaturization, improvement, and lethal effectiveness, I dare say that we are dealing with an evolution here. Far longer than that of human. Also very different. And dead.
Necroevolution. Mortuus evolutionis. I still don't understand where this change is coming from.
What if I said that the flies and bushes are the same thing, but in different forms? When they need to move, they develop moving parts, the flies. When they need to multiply, expand their volume, they settle on the metal substrate, form bushes, absorb raw material, and they are again ready to transform and relocate to a new source, and so on and so forth.
And I can tell you it's the most sophisticated form of being I've ever heard of, with all the skepticism that comes with it.
The second transporter is under a force field. It's hovering above the ground.
So it is operational. Probably also in better shape than the other one.
It certainly looks better.
The cargo may be intact then.
There are powerful emitters in the center. Similar to those on Energobots.
Emitters only? Do they look like they're buried in the ground?
Yeah.
Then you're looking at the top of the Energobot. Well, look carefully. Energobots can bury themselves in such a way that only the emitters protrude from the surface.
The force field melted adjacent rocks.
They had to run the generator on full power. They were defending themselves after all.
From the swarm of flies, I presume.
We don't know how large it was. They didn't capitulate. That's a good sign.
Well, I don't know that. So far, I can only confirm that the field has not dissipated. Yet. I know how to get inside. Under this field.
Will you dig a tunnel?
I won't have to. There's already an entrance. I just need to get to it. Well, nothing really. At least not in the last 5 seconds, sir.
Right. Thank you.
Astrogator, I found their probe. Looks like it hid from the flies. Or just ended up here by pure luck.
Luck indeed. This registry could be valuable, especially if it managed to photograph everything from a greater distance.
Come here, little probie. Oh, that didn't work. It flew away.
Is it scared of you too?
I'd rather say that my lack of authorization is more of a problem than me being scary. I won't be able to bring the probe down unless I find a working controller. I got inside the field. Do you copy, sir?
Of course. The force field doesn't block radio waves. I suggest the following. If this transporter is actually running, it doesn't make any sense to take out the containers and carry them with you. You're going to take the whole transport. You'll have the flies in large numbers, and a powerful means of transport that can fly over terrain inaccessible to the rover. But before you leave, you need to take down the force field. So first, the Energobot, turning off the force field, then transporter, departure. All clear?
How about I act according to my judgment, and you patiently await my request for help, sir?
You can do that too. You're right, Desna. You're there. You make the decision.
Thank you, sir.
Is the probe still with you?
Yes, it's around here. Somewhere. The field is no longer a problem.
Meaning?
Disabled.
Perfect. All that's left is to get the flies out of there.
Just as I thought. The equipment's still active, but everyone here's dead. I'm climbing onto the hovering transporter.
Before you leave, though, please check that the cargo is intact.
All good. I hope. Will this really help our people, Astrogator?
It will, I'm sure. So, what? Off we go? Yasna, what are you wondering about?
Yeah, sure. I got lost for a moment there because of the flies.
You'll have a lot of time to think about it. Now we have to check if you'll be able to leave with this transport.
Of course, I'm on it. Although first, I like to see them up close.
Very well. Just hurry up.
must admit, they look amazing.
Yasna, what have you done?
I'm watching them, nothing more. Don't worry, sir.
What? Some goddamn black hole is opening the stratosphere. And you say not to worry. Just look outside, Doctor. See for yourself.
If you were wondering, sir, how large a group of these flies could be, I can tell you, it can be gigantic.
Yasna, I know. I can see it from fucking orbit. What are you waiting for? Get out of there.
Hello, Dragonfly. I fell, but everything's all right. I'm fine. Oh, shit! They're alive. These bushes. Something's flying out of them. Ah! It's those creatures. They're the ones doing it.
Fuck! The same thing over and over again! No wonder we finally ran out of luck. Too much of this damn curiosity.
I don't know if I should interrupt your speech, sir. It is quite interesting to listen to.
Yes, sir. This is too much. I'll ask you how many times already.
Please forgive me, Astrogator, for continuing to, well, be alive.
You know that's not what I meant.
If it weren't for me, you could have just flown away, sir.
That's not true, Doctor.
At least we learned the truth about this planet and the inorganic beings that inhabit it.
What good does that do us, though?
We know the cause of the stupor. Maybe we can find a way to cure Koval. If anyone from the Alliance survived, and they already started their research into a cure.
I wouldn't count on it. It's more likely they're all dead.
Not necessarily. It's a large base, and I only found a few bodies. The rest of them must be somewhere.
Or you'll find more corpses, Yasna.
Hey! Something changed. The balloon over the base disappeared.
You mean it flew away, or did it fall to the ground?
Oh, I hope it's the latter. If it caught the west wind, it would have fallen in this area. We're lucky. It's hanging from a cliff, close to the ground.
Can you get to it? Unhook it?
Maybe that won't be necessary. Oh, shit. Somebody's here.
If all you're seeing is dots on the tracker...
No. I can see them with my own eyes. two of them even.
2 people, alive.
Huh? Where did they go?
Have you lost them?
Well, I can't see them now. They were here just a second ago.
Are you sure? What did they look like?
One was wearing an Alliance suit, a green one. The other one, I don't know. He looked different.
I see. And now they are nowhere to be found.
Damn right.
Doctor,
I know what I saw. 2 people alive. Some of them survived.
and you're going to look for them.
Yes. I'm glad we understand each other, sir.
I suggest focusing on what's certain. That balloon is still there, is it not? If it had operational cameras, we might get some answers.
You don't have to convince me, Astrogator. I'm going.
The rover is nearby if needed.
Good to know. Thank you.
How are you feeling?
Quite all right. I had you worrying again, didn't I?
Well, please don't mind me. I won't turn grey a second time in my life.